What if I told you there was one question that you could ask that would unlock your life and business success? This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and today I want to share that question with you. A question that you have to fall in love with. A question that you have to ask every single day. A question that you need to know the answer to, just like you know your last name, just like you know your address, just like you know your phone number. You need to know the answer to this question, because if you don't, you're just swimming in a sea with no direction, and you're not going to get anywhere. So what's the question, Tad? Glad you asked. So here it is. You need to be asking yourself this question. Where did that transaction originate? Where did that deal come from? And know the answer like it is your job, because it is. You need to know where the people that end up knowing you, liking you, and trusting you enough to do a real estate transaction in this case, but it can be used in actually any relationship transaction. You need to know that the people that know, like, and trust you that much, you need to know where they came from. And you need to know it without a shadow of a doubt. You need to know it. Did it come from a friend? Did it come from your sphere? Did it come from a referral? Even be more specific. What friend did it come from? What referral agent gave it to you? What sphere? Like, was it a social group? Was it a church group? Was it a neighborhood group? Was it an HOA? And you need to know this about your business on a daily basis. Every closing that you have for the year, you should be able to analyze and know exactly where it is from. Now, if you work in an organization like ours, there are ways to track that with back-end software, of course, so you can be specific when you record that transaction, and then your company, like we can, pull that information and give it to you. But the information is only going to be as good as what you've put into it. So be very specific. Now, why in the world do we need to know this information? Why is this question so valuable? Well, I'm glad you asked that too. The reason this question is so valuable is because without that intel, without that knowledge, without that information, you don't know where to spend your time. You don't know what's working and what's not working. You don't know where to go deeper, in my opinion, rather than wider. If you know that information, let's just say 50% of your transactions come from open houses. What should you do? Should you add another pillar of business? Maybe. Or should you try to master open houses even more? Should you try to turn that 50 into 70? It's something that you're already good at. But without that knowledge, you don't know what to focus on. And what probably will happen is as your year comes around, you're going to pick another pillar of business to focus on. You're going to feel like most of your business comes from repeat and referral when it really might not. What if you knew that an agent in another town had sent you 2 referrals in a 12-month period? What if you knew the specific agent had done that and you had a track on it? Some of you do. Some of you know. What do you do for that agent? Well, do you hope that there's 2 more next year? Or do you really double and triple down and start nurturing that relationship such that it turns into 4 and then maybe 8 and then maybe 16? What if it comes from like someone who is known and trusted you in the past? What if they bought another property and referred a friend or 2? What if you know that information and it's there for you to take advantage of? What would you do? Would you just hope that it happens again? Or would you spend some of your marketing dollars focusing on that individual and figuring out why are they doing this and how can I get them to do it more? So this is the golden question. Where did this transaction originate? Where was it born? Where was it created? Where did it start? Be thankful that you have it, but the real power, the real future power is in knowing where it came from so you can continue to nurture that, build it, dig into it, make it bigger, and grow your business. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and today I hope this video helps you rise up.